We're continuing to track Dorian as the powerful storm leaves a path of destruction in its wake. Forecasters say North Carolina will see heavy wind and rain over the next several hours. The director for the National Hurricane Center, Ken Graham, joins us now from Miami. All right, we have been talking to you every morning so far. You've been giving us updates, Ken. So where is the storm now and where is it headed?
Here we go, Anne Marie. Look at this. Look at the eye right there, really close to the Outer Banks, getting hurricane force winds around the center there. But here's the big issue. We still have a situation where it's just pushing all that water in. So throughout the day today, until we finally get the storm out into the Atlantic, you're still going to have those dangers of the storm surge.
Okay, so speaking of that, because people will hear, oh, it's a Category 1 now. You know, what's that? Just a really bad storm. What is the most dangerous part of this?
It's the storm surge. I mean, you push this water in. It's not just the outer barrier islands. It pushes it in further. So 4 to 7 feet in some areas. That's above the ground. That's like water up your pant leg. So if you really drill this in with time, you can see some of the inundation, how it comes in through the barrier islands, up all these channels like the Pamlico Sound. So what happens is it piles up where the channels start to narrow. The other part that's very important here, even when the center is further out and you get those north winds, it might lower the water in some areas, but the sound side of some of these areas could see the highest water even after the center moves off to the northeast.
Yeah, that's such a great map because you can see how easily the water can penetrate because there's so many sort of tributaries and rivers, and it's easy to get inland. So the storm is now a Category 1. Will it strengthen at all, or is the likelihood that it will continue to diminish, and when will it no longer be a hurricane?
We got it going out into the Atlantic again. I mean, he's staying a hurricane. Look how far. I mean, 2 a.m. on Saturday through the weekend, staying a hurricane and even bringing winds up into Canada with time. So think about it. Where we started off down in the deep tropics, across the coastline of the eastern United States, then out to sea and bringing winds to Canada. I mean, this has been a hurricane that's been around for quite a long time.
So how far north could this thing go? I mean, you mentioned Canada. Could it go all the way up to Newfoundland and up that way?
Yeah, they can. I mean, we expect it to keep on going and provide those winds. And it's just amazing how long this thing has been a hurricane with time. So even well to the north, they're going to see some of the winds, some of the rain, and marine interest too as well. When you get a hurricane still out there, even if it's not interacting with land, it still becomes a marine hazard. So we have a unit here that continues to issue the marine forecast to keep mariners safe as well.
Oh, that's fascinating. Ken Graham, thank you so much.
You bet.
So in just a few minutes, we'll check in with our team of correspondents on the ground and in North and South Carolina to see how the storm is impacting people there. Stay tuned for those conversations. That's going to start happening at around 7:24.